So, hey, my last video was a bit more solemn than I typically like. I mean, I say that after my Dark Souls video, which gradually turned to have a very grim tone toward the end, but that was because it was thematically fitting, not because I was personally disappointed in something, even though it didn't necessarily do anything wrong. I think we need some mutual levity after that one. So you know what cheers me up after talking about something subjectively disappointing? Laughing at something objectively terrible. So here's Hunt Down the Freeman. Why? Well, that's a good question. By now, I'm sure a lot of people have either heard of this thing or have since completely forgotten about it, so here's a quick summarization. Back in 2018, an ambitious Half-Life fan project was released called Hunt Down the Freeman. The selling point of this amazing title was that you are the villain, and rather than fighting against the Combine, you are instead, well, clues in the name. But this wasn't just your typical fan game. Oh no, this one was officially licensed to use the Half-Life IP as well as the source engine to sell itself for actual money. So this one must be a pretty big deal, since I don't think I've ever heard of a fan project paying out the cash to sell itself as an official product aside from Black Mesa. And by the way, that is not cheap. I think the combined cost of just the licenses to use those two things is something like $100,000. So if you've ever played a legit really good piece of fan content and wonder why they make this for free, that'd be why. And so the world at large took a collective look at this piece of uncharted territory and decided with resounding certainty that it was, in fact, not worth $100,000. This was bad. Like, I mean so bad that it defies all common convention of what a bad game is. Because at the end of the day, a game like Sonic 06, while objectively awful in nearly every regard, is still a mostly functioning video game and can be beaten with a relative degree of certainty. HDTF though? Shit dude, it was harder to find people who didn't cheat when playing this game, since its initial release was so buggy, so overtuned, and so spectacularly poorly designed that most people didn't even bother trying after the first level. And I know of at least one incident of an invisible wall being left in a level that prevented people from completing the game without no clipping through it on release. And the cherry on top of all of that is that this gigantic mess of a game was sold for a whopping $25. Looking back on it, it was perhaps one of the most egregious examples of how not to do it when selling anything, let alone a video game. The content that erupted onto YouTube as a result, collectively critiquing and making fun of it, was amazing, but since then, it seems to have largely just become an odd little footnote in gaming history. I didn't even bother making anything about it when it released, since I was a much smaller channel back then, and I felt I would just be another drop into an already overflowing bucket. However, about 2 years ago, curiosity got the better of me, and probably intrusive thoughts as well, and I decided, fuck it, let's take a look. And I live streamed a playthrough of Hunt Down the Freeman. What followed was a 3-stream long adventure that progressively broke me down, physically, mentally, and spiritually, over the course of about 6 to 7 hours. I have never had an experience that made me simultaneously laugh myself to near death and crave the sweet release of death in my entire life. And I knew that at the end of it all, I had to make a video about it someday. I missed my chance before, so I'm fixing that mistake now. And let me tell you now, you'll want to stick around to the end of this because the story of this game's existence is actually still ongoing and actually has a pretty interesting twist. Nobody wanted me to play this. Nobody wanted me to make a video about it. Nobody wanted me to do anything with it, but I don't care. This is for me. I need this. And really, we could all use a good laugh right now. So before we even get into the game itself, I have something I want to show you. When I first looked at the store page for Hunt Down the Freeman, I noticed immediately that despite being such an infamous trash fire, its recent reviews were, surprisingly, mostly positive. This was a game that was abandoned by its lead director basically right after it came out, so what the hell is going on, I thought. And then I actually looked through the Steam reviews and I could see what was happening right away. Finished my speedrun from install to delete. I booted the game up and 2 people immediately messaged me asking why I was playing this. It was good for laughing for a few minutes. Then I realized I paid actual money for this. It stopped being funny after that. This is a great torture method, 10 out of 10. The game is pretty bad, but my cat was sleeping next to me, so it's fine.
And sex, please.
It has the funny, furry British YouTuber in it. I'm in it. Where's Pets Cop 2? I mean, I expected garbage, and I got garbage. So, not really anything to complain about. I'm addicted to this game, please help. No. In my opinion, it's the game of all time. It's really fun when you turn off your monitor and take off your headphones.
Game sucks, I go to bed.
To whoever keeps adding not safe for work and hentai tags, fuck you. My entire homepage is now full of hentai games.
The Fitness Gram Pacer test is a...
And my personal favorite, I want a refund. Product received for free. You know you're in for a good time when the Steam reviews are more entertaining than the game is. Or at least, that's what I thought going in. See, I'd never even bothered touching this game when it came out, since, as a huge Half-Life fan, I felt like direct contact with it would have given me a severe case of die. And I'll definitely say the first few moments of the game didn't exactly fill me with confidence. Let's see what...
Rise and shine, ladies! My name is Senior Drill Instructor George L. Garrison. The first and last word I want to hear from your filthy mouths is sir. Do you maggots understand?
Yes, sir!
And you immediately did it wrong. Holy shit.
Good lord, you are loud.
Hard one.
Where the
Will not piss until told to do so.
Thank you for that. During the whole playthrough, I was also having the occasional back and forth with my chat, and it just added that perfect amount of extra spice to the whole experience. Did we miss a page? Did we accidentally load up opposing force?
I will call you Dirtbag.
Do you have irises?
Well, Private Dirtbag.
So after getting chewed out by Drill Sergeant Source Spaghetti, I did what I usually do when my limited amount of daily social energy is used up and took the first excuse to bail.
You! What's your excuse?
Sir,
You look
I am...
like a 6-foot-tall pile of shit.
Sir, I am in the other room. There are at least 5 walls between me and you. How do you still sound like you're right next to me? Are you an entity that is beyond time and space? This was just the first of many, many bizarre audio problems in Hunt Down the Freeman. Here's a fun drinking game. Take a shot anytime something is too loud, not balanced against the background noise properly, or, as with Sergeant Bobblehead earlier, doesn't adhere to the laws of physics. Please don't. You will die. A lot.
You have to not just run and shoot, but know how to use your environment. Enough talk. You shall start.
Ow!
Come on, soldier.
Ow! That peeking fucking hurt my ears! Okay, we have a gun. Excellent. I can now shoot myself. I can't explain to you why, but playing a game with the Half-Life brand on it and aiming down sights made me react strangely. Not angrily or anything, just like trying to mentally shove a round peg through a square hole. At least the recoil is manageable. Oh, this room made me realize the main problem with the tutorial, and a lot of the game in general. There is no ambience at all. No background music, no atmospheric noise like idle sounds of activity elsewhere or sound coming from vents, no anything. Even the echo of the instructor's voice abruptly cancels out instead of just fading, making it feel so... I don't know what the word would be, but fake is the best I can think of. It feels fake. This whole game feels fake, and you'll see why. Ow! And now, exciting wall climbing action! It's here we're introduced to the parkour mechanic, which will be absolutely integral to the game, and you better remember it. Don't forget it. I swear to God, if you do, you will die many times. That is an amazing sound effect, I gotta say. After taking some time to get used to the game's other weapons, I am, of course, as usual, an amazing shot. I come to the conclusion that they mostly sound pretty good and feel fine to fire, minus a few exceptions. Jesus! Never using this! And I also come to the secondary conclusion that I really don't like this inventory system. The way it works is you have 6 different types of items equipped at once that you can cycle through, but you can only have 1 of each type at a time. If you want to swap to another item in the same category, you can't scroll through the menu and select the one you want like in Half-Life. You have to hold down a button, click on the weapon or item you want in that slot, then release the button. It doesn't seem like a big deal, but in the heat of a gunfight when every half second counts, Minimizing the amount of inventory fiddling you need to do on the fly is pretty important, unless the point of the game is to plan out your engagements and select the necessary tools for the current situation ahead of time. And I'll tell you now, this game does not encourage, nor is it built around, planning out engagements. Not in the slightest. Even other modern military games just had you limited to 2 or 3 weapons at a time and you swapped them with shit on the ground, not fumble around with the others in your backpack. It's like a weird marriage of the 2 usual methods of shooter inventory, and I can already tell it's an abusive relationship. God, the climbing is torturously slow, and I'd be fine with that if this was like a survival horror game, because that would actually add some tension, but, well, I mean, unless I have thoroughly misjudged this game, I don't think it's survival horror. I literally just wrote, I don't know, Freddy Fazbear joke here or something. Here, you got it. Then the tutorial just kinda ends, I guess. Like, we walk out the door, there's a fade to black, and done. Okay, cool. Moving on. So what follows is an abrupt shift in tone as we see a cutscene showing the main character's sad and tragic life leading up to now. Losing their family, turning to alcohol, joining the Marines, losing friends, going through Stargate, I think? What the hell is that? And finally, the Black Mesa incident. We play as Sergeant Mitchell, one of the HECU soldiers sent into the facility to contain the initial invasion and kill the science team.
Rescued at last. Thank God you're here.
Because of course. And Mitchell, fortunately, seems to be one of the few Marines that Gordon has not yet reduced to chunky meat pudding. That fortune, however, does not protect him from horrible audio design.
This is Sergeant Mitchell. Do you copy?
Ow, 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 ow. Sorry, it's kind of hard to tell what my brothers in arms are saying when my ears are being turned concave. Do I not have a melee weapon? Oh, hello. By the way, no, I do not start with a melee weapon. You have to go back to the start and pull your knife back out of the dude you just stabbed, Mitch apparently having the object permanence of a 2-year-old. Gotta admit, I have never seen subtitles that go as far as giving every action and noise in the game its own caption. That's kinda hilarious, not gonna lie. Now granted, that was an option that I accidentally turned on myself, so that's just me being silly. Although apparently my knife is a crowbar. Good to know. Mitchell and man. No further questions. Nothing really that bad so far. We're off to a passable start at least. Although for some weird reason, my frame rate was dropping only in specific parts of the level. And I don't mean specific rooms. No, I mean like some random cluster of floor tiles would just drop my frame rate when walking through them. It's like Mitch is powered by Wi-Fi or something. Oh, pardon me, I need to very slowly climb a pipe. After slamming my face into a few buttons, we progress deeper into the facility. Oh, there we go. Hello?
The fuck? They're all dead.
So were the ones back there, Mitch. Did you not notice them? By the way, in the tutorial, we're apparently playing as one of the soldiers who became part of Mitchell's squad later. So it's very likely that one of these ragdolled corpses are them. I choose to believe it was this guy. He looks like a dork. And friends and viewers, give it up for Gordon Freeman! Kinda, maybe. He's probably in there somewhere.
Whatever it takes, whoever it takes, however long it takes before I die, I will fucking kill you.
So after getting his ass thoroughly rolled by Orange Suit Man, Mitchell is evac'd from Black Mesa and put into intensive care, and as he's hanging on to death's door hinges, he's greeted by... who else?
Sergeant Mitchell in the flesh. Or rather, his remains.
And you know what? I'll mimic what a lot of people said when this game first came out. The G-Man's voice actor? is actually pretty good. They're well balanced for one, and they actually copy the odd and creepy speech patterns of the G-Man pretty accurately. For all this game does badly, at least some of the voice acting is decent or even good. Not all of it though. You'll see. Also, the effect on his name in the subtitles is a bit much, but I like it. And yeah, originally the voice actor mispronounced Black Mesa as Black Mesa, but thankfully that seems to have been fixed.
In the meantime, this is where I get off.
That has to be the best scene transition I have ever seen. Literally just jump cuts to the next scene, just boop, and we're up and about in the hospital. The cutscenes do actually look pretty good, mostly, but they come and go with the subtlety of a brick to the face and are so abrupt they give me intense narrative whiplash. It's honestly hilarious in some parts.
I'm losing too much blood. I need to patch myself up.
So, the G-Man just left Mitch with gaping crowbar wounds upon yeeting him back into the world. Kinda dickish, my guy. Well, at least he put my gun and knife in a bag by the front door. Also, small question, not important or anything, but where are we? For that matter, when are we? Did we time skip? I ask because as we walk through the hospital, shit is fucking dead. Like, the hospital is destroyed and there's a full-scale war going on outside. Did G-Man really just whisk us away from the stretcher and plop us back in the same room sometime later without patching us up first and just expected us to be fine and not, like, bleed out on the floor instantly? Or did Mitch get wheeled into the hospital right as the Combine began their invasion of Earth and everyone just booked it and left him there? Either way, there's an American healthcare joke here somewhere, but I can't find it. Behold, nothing! Moving on. After strolling through the hospital and getting into knife fights with the locals, we step into an elevator and... Nope. Oh, okay. Would have been nice to have an animation. Flee, Mitchell! Flee for your life! Well, okay, they're not particularly fast, so, stroll, Mitchell! Casually stroll for your life! Really? This is supposed to be the runaway segment? It's just a bunch of slow-ass shamblers. I'm pretty sure Mitchy Boy here could outrun them with a drunken stumble. There are a lot of them, and yeah, they will smack you for a chunk of your health, but couldn't you have thrown in some fast zombies too, just to give the players something they need to actually run away from? Or like have them running about in the background and like passing by windows and shit so you feel like they could start chasing you? Despite the tense music, there's not a whole lot of tension in the air. Couldn't tell you why. I instead become hyper-fixated in deciphering where these out-of-place looking assets and models come from because they just don't look right here. This particular asset just... okay, I get it, I'm moving. Christ. And just as all hope seemed lost for my truly dire situation... Oh. By the way, this is the first time we're seeing our main character's face in-game, and that is not a good first impression.
What the hell is going on out there?
There is no easy way to put it, but as far as we know, we're under an alien invasion.
I love the look on Mitch's face here. It's like a halfway point between, are you serious? And, oh god, you are serious.
We're gathering on the metro station on Brandon Street. If you can make it there, find Colonel Q. Tell him Nick sent you. Take this radio and map with the station marked on it. Use it. Hey, Mitchell. Welcome to Albuquerque.
Thanks. I guess we're in Albuquerque. Okay, when did we get here? You know, I was gonna say more about this, but Black Mesa was located in New Mexico, so checks out. Also, hey, do either of you have any guns? Or knives? An elevator ate mine, so no? Okay, fine. Welcome to scenic Albuquerque, center point of the Combine alien invasion. Here you'll find wonderful summertime activities such as navigating war-torn cityscapes, copious amounts of drug use, and shootouts with heavily armed extraterrestrial cans of green beans. Immerse yourself in the beautiful sights and sounds of our fair city before it's wiped off the face of the earth. And don't forget to check out the gift shop. It's under several tons of rubble. Albuquerque. Help. Okay, I think I'm pretty... Okay, here we go. Fucking...
This is my knife. What the hell?
Why is my knife in some random headcrab's corpse? Did the G-Man leave it here? At least he gave me that and a gun last time. Did he just watch Mitch immediately eat shit and was like, okay, dum-dum, you're only getting one this time. Figure the rest out yourself. Hey man, you're the one who hired him. At least the knife kills zombies good and dead. After breaking my way through a door, I find more soldiers shooting it out with some aliens, and the sound of the gunfire is so well balanced I can easily maintain my situational awareness. Oh my god, the recoil, I forgot. I can't see, there's too much screen shake. Oh my god, I can't fucking see. Did I shoot my own guy? Oh shit. Oh shit, sorry man. The game is actually so loud, it's drowning me out, and I had it turned down for the recording. It was louder in my ears. I'm honestly surprised my ADHD ass was able to function at all during this segment. I mean, not well, but I was functioning. I'm sorry, the fucking aim down sights is atrocious. Oh, okay, invisible wall, excellent. What am I doing? I honestly couldn't tell when I was supposed to just move on. I just noticed I could and started going. They got this handled, I'm sure. I believe in them. You're doing great, my guy. Ow! Fuck, why are you here? Why are you here? And more to the point, why can't you hit it? Sir, do you mind? I like how I could just stab these things and they die immediately. Hey guys, I figured it out. You just gotta hit him really hard. Ow! Okay, I'm moving. So about that knife, yeah, I can see why the G-Man left this instead of the gun. This thing is stupidly overpowered. Like, it's actually hilarious. It swings really fast, and each hit, especially the heavy swing, does more damage than any of the guns we can get right now. I mean, aside from the explosive shots. I'ma get you. Fucking Mitchell McProtagonist Pants walks at you with a knife menacingly. What do you do?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hello. Hi. Okay, bye. Also, did this guy just get shot by his own dude who he was just standing in front of with his back to the enemy? Brilliant. I love the cartwheel he does too. Yeah. The fact that I'm just getting into a fucking slobber knock match with these things. Oh, hello. It's honestly hilarious watching this back from an outsider's perspective because now I can tell what I'm supposed to be doing, but in the moment I felt like I was being constantly flashbanged by sound design, bizarre AI behavior, knife gaming, and actual literal flashbangs. The whole time I was just going along in this vague haze of partial understanding. I was so distracted by all of the everything that I felt like that one meme of the dude in the helmet with a gun. I don't know who I am. I don't know where I am. All I know is that I must kill. Don't fuck with me. I have the power of ridiculous recoil on my side. Screen shake. I gotta say, I'm not very much feeling the tension and the menace. I'm just kind of casually walking through the destroyed streets and just getting into knife fights with the aliens. And the crazy thing is, I'm winning. Oh, okay. Ow. Hey, wait a minute. There are fast zombies here. I don't know if that actually lines up chronologically, but they're here now, so couldn't you have, like, thrown one or two of them into the hospital chase? Okay, wow, I'm still on that. Sorry, moving on. After angering the horde, I made my way into an elevator, and thankfully, instead of eating my guns, this one eats headcrab zombies. So that's convenient. Also, I only just noticed this during scripting, but as the elevator is moving up, the lighting and reflection on the panels over here just suddenly change entirely. How I didn't notice that in the moment, I don't know, but I guess I was still mentally catching up with everything. So the inside of the building is pitch black, of course, and this is the first night vision segment outside of the tutorial. I gotta be honest, guys, night vision is cool and all, but in almost every game that uses it, I'd really rather have a flashlight, but I guess it'll do. For some reason, most of these rooms can be opened and have absolutely nothing in them. My knife continues to be the most useful weapon in my arsenal, as I have zero reason to use the guns when most of them make me go cross-eyed just trying to aim them. The only exception so far has been the shotgun, which does feel nice and satisfying, I will admit. However, the continued lack of any ambience continues to make my brain sputter. This is exactly what the phrase "it's too quiet" means. This game wildly swings between being way too fucking loud that it actually peaks the audio and hurts my ears, and so, like, quiet that it feels like I'm in a vacuum. Oh, apparently this is the bulletproof. I'm sorry. This is the knife-proof glass. Ah, of course. And now we have an X. It hits in a wide arc. Nice. It's okay, guys. I found the non-axe-proof glass. Oh, now this glass can be... Is this the... I fucking don't know anymore. I've lost my sense of direction. I'm just going where the bodies are taking me. And those bodies lead me further down the hall as my chat and I discuss the Half-Life timeline on account of there being fucking rotary phones in this office building. Hi, future Sethorven here, making a quick correction. These are not rotary phones. Seth and his chat are just idiots. Thank you. Moving on.
So, you're that sniper, huh? Black Ops?
There was a sniper? Apparently, yes.
I heard that you guys have a plan about getting out of the city.
Maybe.
I want in.
Why?
Gee, I don't know, Mitch. Why do you think he wants to escape the city that is currently exploding? Also, the screen just kind of skips here for some reason. Like they switched cameras, but the shot is still basically the same. Why?
So tell me, Mr. Black Ops, why should I trust you? You guys fucked us over at Black Mesa.
Adam.
What?
My name, it's Adam. And we just followed orders. They sent us to do the job you guys failed to do.
You killed your own people!
Didn't you? By the time we got there, you guys already killed more than half the Black Mesa staff.
That was different.
How?
This is kind of an odd moral argument because you both were assholes killing people because you were told to, but you, Mitch and friends, were killing unarmed scientists scared for their lives, unable to fight back, and trapped so far underground no one would ever find the bodies.
I killed 12 dumbass scientists and not one of them fought back. This sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. Both of you were just dicks. Honestly, the Black Mesa incident was just one big clusterfuck from beginning to end. One trans-dimensional explosion caused an alien invasion. The government sent in the military to contain the situation and to kill the science team involved in the experiment to cover it up, which was basically everybody. And then when that didn't work, they sent in the Black Ops to also kill the scientists, and now the soldiers to cover up the cover-up, and then just went, fuck it, and nuked the whole facility off the map anyway. All of that before an equally trans-dimensional empire came right the fuck out of nowhere after the Nihilith died and proceeded to clap humanity's collective ass cheeks over the course of 7 hours before sending the whole planet into a full-on nightmare dystopia. Honestly, G-Man did Gordon a favor by locking him in stasis for 20 years, and Adrian Shepard's locked away in there too, somewhere.
How the hell did you make it alive from Black Mesa?
I found my way back. How did you get out, Adam?
Well, I guess I found my way back.
Cool!
Well, looks like you're in.
Alright then, let's get the hell out of this goddamn city.
Okay, nice. The first bit of actual direction and motivation we have, aside from, I guess I'll just go this way because there's a game to play somewhere around here. Oh, and of course we jump cut out of that cutscene back to where we were standing, and then jump cut again to the 7-hour war countdown. Okay, and we're done. back to the... Okay. Oh my god, these transitions! Slow down, game, you're giving me anxiety. So I stumble into the next chapter, reeling from the rapid jump cut barrage, and I'm greeted by a Combine gunship. Ow! Sir! Rude! which is a lot less effective than I remember them being. They basically amount to a minor inconvenience. Okay. I even try to see how inaccurate it is, but I'm not gonna strafe at all. I'm just gonna go oh, it's gone. It's okay, it came back. Ah, yes, I feel very threatened. After being hounded by the world's most heavily armed mosquito, I made my way out of the canal and right into a hunter ambush. Oh, hello. Though the overall effectiveness of said ambush was questionable at best, when every single hunter was standing next to an explosive barrel. Hold this. I missed. Hold this. Thank you. I guess that was a tactic the Combine carried all the way into Half-Life 2. It wasn't very effective then either. But that was just a taste of what the Combine had in store for me. For next came their deadliest and most efficient weapon yet, the Headcrab Rave. Thankfully, I had Adam up there sniping them out, which gave my dumbass enough time to figure out where I was supposed to go next. Adam fortunately having received the exact opposite training as Private Johnson. After finding the path of progression, I came across yet another group of soldiers in a shootout with endlessly spawning aliens. You know, I think I see how we lost the 7-hour war. We were using guns less effective than sharp knives. Just stab them a couple of times. Guys, have you tried stabbing them? It works very well. Oh my god, are you all serious? It's that fucking easy, guys. Okay, that Strider isn't coming closer at all. I think it's actually stuck on something. And by some miracle of Combine engineering, the Strider actually hurts. I guess if they were going to make any enemy an actual threat in this game, at least one of them had to be the Strider. I mean, it is the one Combine unit that the Resistance collectively fears the absolute most, for very good reasons. But even the deadliness of the Strider pales in comparison to that of my own peripheral vision. Oh, there was a mine there. Thankfully, down the ramp lies the welcoming embrace of the level load screen, and now we're fighting the Tin Can Brigade in a parking lot. And I don't know why, but there's something about Big Boy Mitchell knife fighting with a bunch of aliens in an underground parking lot that is hilarious to me. Let me ask you a question! And now let me just take some time to down a whole bottle of pills I found on the ground with absolutely no negative consequences whatsoever. Don't do this, kids. Mitch isn't a professional, he's just an idiot. Also, there is no blood or carnage anywhere in here. There's just ragdolled bodies. It doesn't even look like a battle took place in here. It looks like people left their prop bodies behind after filming a thrilling shootout we were late for. Oh, and the music's just done. So now comes the game's attempt at the usual Half-Life puzzle segment. And from start to finish, it consists of walk down some stairs, go up an elevator, grab a dongly thingy, then take it back downstairs and plug it in. Oh, hello, Adam.
Good to see you, Mitch. It's fucking hell out there.
Well, with Adam now on our side, we continue into the depths of the wherever we are. Wow. Really needed that sniper. A short jaunt later, and the next room starts us off with the world's shittiest game of The Floor is Lava. Ah, fucking hell! There's claymores set up all over this area, and the only way through is to parkour your way over. I mean, at least it uses the parkour mechanic, but a thrilling experience this isn't. On that note, however, some of you may have probably noticed some odd differences in my gameplay versus what you remember. The parkour pipes were not here in the original release. You just had to navigate the claymore mines based purely by guesswork. Indeed, the version of the game I ended up playing was an updated version, and I had no idea. I don't remember exactly which version, but it seems to be the one directly after the April Fool's one, which explains a lot of things. Apparently there's been even more updates since then, and I'll say now, you're gonna want to stick around to the end of the video. This story's got quite an interesting ending. I mean, not the game's story. That one's just a mess. Also, I can't help but notice that I must have been really out of it. I didn't see the clear signposting on the fucking vent on the right there for a good few minutes. I really don't know how. I know I'm not that stupid.
Come on, you lousy bastard.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it, Mr. Sniper without a sniper. You're lucky the claymores actually are deactivated now, Adam. After braving the perilous dangers of the claymore fields, we take about 10 steps forward and then... Oh, okay. Okay.
Ceasefire! Ceasefire!
I like how there was no visible bullet after the gunshot.
Well, look who we got here, boys. A Black Ops and a Marine. Hoorah!
Hey, it's Colonel Q. You might remember Nick mentioning them a while ago. If you didn't, don't worry, I didn't either. Colonel Q and the gang have been holed up in the subway preparing to flee the city, and amazingly, actually have a plan to do it. Sort of.
Where can we run away? Those aliens are everywhere.
That's where you're wrong, kiddo. This picture came from our contact, Captain Roosevelt. It was taken in California. They're in the air and on the ground.
Not on the sea.
Correct.
Okay, this is actually a fair point. The Combine don't have naval units, at least not on Earth, and I imagine even their airships can't be flying all the time and need chances to refuel, or rest, since some of them are alive, sort of. But yeah, I follow this logic just fine. Still, the Combine didn't have naval units when invading Earth because they planned to drain Earth's oceans as they harvested the planet for all of its resources. And in fact, Half-Life 2 shows signs of this happening during some of the levels. So while this plan could work for now, it wouldn't work for very long, but then again, they'd have no way of knowing that at this point, so fair enough. Real impressive you got all that information from a single photo, by the way.
But there's no sea in New Mexico.
Thanks, Adam. Also, before we move on, check out some more of the dialogue in this scene. Like, just take a listen.
Colonel, I met some of your men, Nick and Brad, at the hospital. They said you have a plan to get out of the city?
That's right. We do have a plan. We'll run away. Someone has got to get past those zombies, get in the control room, and activate the train. Any volunteers? That's real brave of you, Larry. Your country's proud of you.
Hello? Me? I did not volunteer, sir.
If your mother was alive, she'd be proud of you, son.
My mother is dead?
We've suddenly gotten a lot more goofy in the last few minutes, haven't we? I mean, it wasn't exactly super dark and depressing up until now. You know, apart from the tragic backstory, lost family, drinking, and vengeance swearing in the opening. But even disregarding that, this segment and its dialogue just kinda come out of nowhere. Colonel Q and the Q balls are a short-lived diversion, but they certainly stand out.
You might die, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make.
I like how Mitch has substantially louder dialogue than anyone else in this cutscene. He gets to have properly balanced voice lines since he's holding the protagonist stick. It's so quiet, what the fuck?
Alright, I'll do it.
Oh Jesus, and then Mitch jumps in with like twice the decibels. And we're back. What? It's so rare that a game's transitions simultaneously feel like I'm either slowly falling asleep or getting slapped in the face with a fish. Specifically this one. So now we're joined by Larry, or as I like to call him. What? Yeah, the cutscenes are like... You told me what? Speak up, man. I can't hear you over your fucking gun. I think because their dialogue is tied to the sound effects. So if I turn up the sound effects, like, he gets louder, but then so does everything else. And as we've seen, the audio balancing of the cutscenes, especially when, like, big boy Mitch Pants just rolls into the cutscene with, like, actual properly balanced voice lines. Just... fuck, man. I don't know. I think one for me. You know, I joked about the sudden comedic shift, but in all honesty, the tone has kind of been action movie-esque so far, aside from the opening. It's had its serious moments, but between Mitchell's remarks mid-game... Nope.
Really?
To Colonel Q and his squad, things have been relatively lighthearted considering the apocalypse going on outside. I mean, it hasn't been a SpongeBob episode, but if you were to graph out the story's tone up to now, it hasn't been too wild. Yet. And we're back.
Sounds good.
What sounds good? Hi, folks.
Positive.
Okay.
Negative.
Make up your mind. No, the narration has not finished. You will not bypass the invisible wall until the dialogue has been delivered.
Colonel, you need to see this. It's the president.
Oh boy, here we go. You know, as if the Half-Life timeline wasn't bad enough, between the Black Mesa incident, the invasion of the Combine, and the eventual complete subjugation of the entire human race, now Keemstar is the fucking president.
My fellow Americans, as your president and commander-in-chief, it is with a heavy heart that I'm informing you that we have made a strategic decision to surrender to the alien invaders known as the Combine.
Oh wow, we are fucked.
We lost this battle for now, and believe me, we will live to fight another day. We shall return.
I don't think you typically say that out loud when the people you're surrendering to are right next to you, dude.
I never voted for this guy.
I guess you don't understand the situation, my friend. We're all dead men walking.
Oof, dialogue's getting a little rough. Where's my drink?
The only thing we know for sure is those things are smarter than we thought. It's like they know the way we are. They know our weaknesses.
Those creatures can be many things, but they're not stupid.
Do you know something we don't, Black Ops?
Well, I guess I do.
Well, maybe you should open your mouth and start talking.
Colonel? Oh, Colonel, we're so fucked.
Spit it out, Corporal.
The aliens are coming. We've been compromised.
Masterful performance, brings a tear to the eye. No shade, by the way, I just love that delivery, thank you.
Everybody take possession. Mitchell, you gotta get that door open in 15 minutes. Move, move, move!
Okay, and we're back. Don't worry, guys. I'll handle this. Oh, right. I was supposed to get the door open. What the fuck happened to the door? Gotta hand it to you, game. I've never seen a glitch like that before. I don't even know how that happened. Bravo. After heroically turning two valves, we continue onward until the game tells me to stop. At which point I load into the next area facing a wall. Thanks for that. And now... Folks, if you thought the audio balancing was bad before, and believe me, it was bad before. We've wildly gone between ear-bleeding shootouts to creepily silent nothingness, but that wasn't the worst of it. That wasn't even the tip of the worst of it. What you're about to witness blows everything that came before and will come after out of the water. What you're about to experience is my taste of true auditory pain. Everyone, I present to you the train station. Where do you keep teleporting me to? G-Man, cut it out! Oh my god, the audio is clipping so hard. Earth's... Oh my god, can you hear that audio clipping? I have not heard source audio clip this bad since the helicopter heap in Half-Life VR. Oh my god! I can't tell what are my gunshots, what are their gunshots, and what are our friends' gunshots. Oh my god! This audio is getting so crispy, it's deep fried! Jeez! Oh my god! This is so bad! And my fucking allies are beyond useless. All they're doing is adding to the noise. What are we... Which train do I get on? This one? No? Hi! Where did you come from? Why are you here? Where's the fucking door? I'm going fucking crazy. I'm going insane. Oh my god, is this it? Oh my god! Genuinely, I thought my headphones were going to explode during that. I'm not convinced I walked away from that fight unscathed. This segment scarred me in some way, and I don't know how. But at the same time, I look back on this, and I just start grinning. Because I don't think I have laughed quite that hard in a very, very long time. And folks, we aren't even at the halfway point yet. We're not even close.
Welcome to Nevada, boys. Where's the rest of you?
Says Lieutenant Chinstrap.
They're dead.
They are?
All of them. Carmine got them.
When did they die? So apparently, there was a whole other section of the game that took place on the train itself, where Colonel Q and his men were supposed to die. But it was so bad, so glitchy, and so unsalvageable that the devs elected to just remove it completely without any plot incident of any kind. So most of the crew just dies off screen, leaving only Mitch, Adam, and Nick. Wow.
All right, Sergeant. We got 6 hours to make it to the beach. The roads to California will take a few hours, then we're gonna stop by the warehouse to get some supplies, and people too if we can. We're expecting some heavy combat with Combine on the way. You guys take this. One of you get up on the gun and follow us. Rangers, lead the way.
Flawless delivery, my guy. Also, I apparently had refugees from the game's initial release in my chat, and maybe a coder or two from the current team as well, feeding me info on how bad the game used to be. You had to blow up the wheels to make it go faster? What are we operating off of, orc logic?
We is the shootiest.
Also, this whole escort section was pretty uneventful, save for this happening.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, buddy! Fucker just stops dead in the middle of the road! Ow! And now he just takes off! I'm so...
At this point, I was just done. I couldn't stop laughing, and I wasn't even halfway paying attention anymore. I was too busy dying and being short of breath following the train station incident. My brain was firing on all cylinders trying to keep up with this game's constant barrage of nonsense, and it might actually have been the most disoriented I have ever felt while playing a game. And even then, I was still enjoying myself. I think it was just the absurdity of the entire experience that was keeping me grinning and laughing even when nothing was really happening. I'ma go off the ledge because I wanna. So I got myself stuck in a ravine and had to reload a checkpoint. My way. Also, I don't know what the hell's going on with the road paint, but something is. You know, funny we mentioned Pyrocynical earlier. I remember in his video on this game, he said the maps feel like he no-clipped into an out-of-bounds area of Half-Life 2. You know, the places that are just supposed to be scenery, not actually explorable. And yeah, I see what he means. This feels dead. Like, it's just low-textured background map geometry that'd be blurred out with depth of field or something in a real game.
Oh my lord, that was so bland. We're here now, okay?
The amount of times I got thrown for a loop while still in the loop the game previously threw me in throughout this entire playthrough is honestly astonishing to watch. Looking back on it, I really should have just come to expect it, but somehow, the game kept catching me off guard with its shenanigans. I don't even know how you make a game like this. This is just fascinating.
What am I being shot at? Oh, hello. Well, wasn't that threatening?
Again, we lost to these guys in 7 hours. I don't know.
These are Combine dropships. You don't get to kill one of these things until you get like a fucking rocket launcher. Oh yes, head crabs. Just send in the head crabs. Against the people with guns, that'll work. Well, to be fair, the people with guns couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, so maybe it did work up until Mitchy Boy got involved. Y'all just enjoying yourselves in here? Not gonna help at all.
I was actually just losing my mind laughing at this point. I couldn't even begin to guess what was going through my head. I was just going along with everything and wandering around until I hit the next progression trigger, upon which, shortly after, I'd be greeted with another thing that'd fry my circuits and the cycle would begin all over again. They literally filed in like they thought there'd be someone to serve them. Hey, you guys want some milk? Here you go, boys. It does the body good. Fucking God. Hi, you just getting your car worked on, guys? This game is special.
Oh. Looks like I need to activate the power.
Oh my. Oh my fucking God. I physically felt that jump cut hit me in the face. Like I was running along, lost and dazed, already pushed to my limits of sanity, and then someone just took a frying pan and just... I was broken. The game broke me. I was choking, gasping, about to double over onto my desk, worn down, and physically could not laugh anymore. And I wasn't even one full stream into the game yet. Congratulations, Huntdown the Freeman. You beat me. You won. Which is the only win you've ever gotten.
Does anyone copy? We're stuck in the factory. We need help ASAP.
You guys handle those. I'll go check the factory.
Okay. By the way, up to this point, the parkour system had been so constantly necessary and so well woven into every single level that the game had to flash up a tutorial on how to use it just to remind me it existed, because I have not had to use it at all for at least the past 30 minutes. Where am I going? Well, the answer to that, me, is into the factory door marked by floating masses of dust particles. Oh, okay.
Whoa! Have you lost your fucking mind? Lower that thing. You're gonna blow us all up.
Jesus, man. Calm down.
Is it me, or is the animation quality on this cutscene worse than, like, most of the others we've seen? I'm pretty sure this is another changed cutscene, too. Damn, this is getting hard to keep track of.
There's a gas leak that can blow half of us all the way to hell with a fucking match. Half the guys in the plant are stuck inside, and the other half became brain fucked zombies because they got a big ass spider with a huge vagina stuck on their head. And you expect me to be calm?
I can barely make out what he's saying half the time. I'm not sure if it's the audio balancing or the voice acting. I guess a bit of both.
Remember, no weapons. Here, take this.
A wrench? Why a wrench?
Because I only got one crowbar, and I have no intention to give it away.
Well, I got bad memories with crowbars anyways.
Yeah, again, the somber tone just kind of vanished. And Mitch seems surprisingly lighthearted as a protagonist at this point. You know, for being a trauma-riddled soldier. Honestly, even kind of heroic as he elected to charge into the factory alone to save the people trapped inside. How are we the villain again?
Mitchell, by the way.
Joe. But everyone calls me Boston Joe.
All right, Joe. Let's save your friends from spiders with vaginas.
Oh my God.
Wait a minute. I thought you said no weapons.
It was the other room that had the gas leak, not this one, so you're fine.
But
really?
I mixed it up, yeah.
Cool, the game just introduced a plot point only to immediately render it superfluous. And it wasn't a joke, best I can tell. By this point, I'd had about enough for one stream and had to take a break, slept on my adventures for a night, and came back the next day ready to continue expanding my mind. I think it's time we actually get started here. So, when last we left, hi, Joe. God damn, man. You know, I think Joe undersold this wrench to me. It's even faster than the knife, somehow. It does roughly the same damage per swing, best I can tell, and its heavy swing seems to have a faster recovery time. Everyone, I believe what we are witnessing is true engineer gaming. Oh, gee. After flipping a couple of switches, the level just stops. Like, it doesn't end, it just stops. There's no more dialogue, no checkpoints, no cutscenes, no enemies. It's like the level ran out of script and now no one knows what to do. So you just kind of walk back to the entrance and leave, I think. I still don't know what happened. No, you didn't miss a cutscene. You didn't miss a level. The game just drops us here. Wherever here is. 1 minute we're trouncing about with our good buddy Boston Joe, thunking zombies in the face with a monkey wrench, and then we're here. I was so flabbergasted by this that I actually reloaded a save, jump scared myself again, threw the switches, walked back to the entrance, and nope, here we are again. Okay, cool. Pretty sure this is another case of a cut segment, but I couldn't tell you. The fucking constant whiplash I'm getting from this game is starting to get to me, man. So are we supposed to be in California? I assume we are, since we were heading there to get a ship, but the roadmap of Mitch and Co.'s journey so far is getting increasingly hard to keep track of. I guess Mitch got eepy and fell asleep in the car. Could you stop following me? Go away. Why are there this many drones here? They just blind you. That's all they're here to do. Fuck them. With no idea where I was going or why, I headed toward the lighthouse, loaded into a new map at the top for some reason, got attacked by a dropship, and then the lighthouse exploded. Nope. What happened? I mean, kinda. It's still there. I guess it just had enough of my presence and yeeted me away in disgust. Also, I like how the ship just leaves. Doesn't bother to finish off the guy it was just shooting at and saw land in the water, visibly unharmed. Nah, it's tired. It's gonna go take a nap. I mean, to be fair, are you a living biomechanical flying weapon? This shit's probably exhausting. You don't know. Don't judge. Yo, Seth playing Subnautica again. So all that segment was there for was to shoot me across the canal and get me to this one ladder to the next part. Neat. Also more dead soldiers with no blood, carnage, or visible damage of any kind. Now with flares. Hello. I feel very threatened right now, if you couldn't tell. After commandeering the vessel left behind by these ragdoll props, I proceeded to rack up my vehicular manslaughter count. Hello. Oh. Also Vortigaunts? Wait, hold on. Why are the Vortigaunts here? The Nihilith by this point has been dead for days, I think, and the Vorts were enslaved by it after it fled from the Combine Empire. The Vorts have no reason to still be attacking us, unless these are like remnants from the Resonance Cascade still popping over from Zen or something. I don't know. I mean, they aren't humanity's allies yet, but they were never really our enemies. More like unwilling grunts the Nihilith was just chucking through the portals to Earth. Also, this one Vortigaunt is holding back a whole-ass armored car. I am afraid of them. Also, holy fuck, take a look at all those error messages. Ho ho! Oh, that's how you know we're dealing with quality. Open the dev console once and get smacked in the face with a wall of crimson. This game is holding on by a thread, and that thread is praying for death. Then this happens. Ow. The fuck? Once again, Earth's finest, a dozen or so soldiers with automatic weaponry. Can't hit a floating tin can with a Polaroid camera for a face. I got one. You did not, you fucking liar. And now, the game becomes something else very quickly.
Do not neglect to show hospitality to strangers, for by this some have entertained angels without knowing it. Hebrews 13:2. Tell me, who is in charge of all these warriors?
We don't know, sir. We don't even know what the fucking plot is at this point.
Please step up.
Do people do that? Do people just quote oddly specific Bible verses that fit the current situation just on a whim? Also, I guess Mitch is the leader now? When did that happen? I do like how everyone just kind of doesn't seem sure about it as they part the indifferent sea. The body language here just screams, him, I guess.
Your name, young man?
Mitchell.
Mitchell, huh? Yes, Mitchell. A name with many meanings. For some, the meaning is a gift from God For others, who is like God? Which one are you, Mitchell? Are you a gift from God sent to save us? Or perhaps you are God himself, come to doom our worthless lives?
Perhaps.
First of all, Mitch, that doesn't answer the question. Second of all, excuse the fuck out of me? When did the tone of the dialogue become so...
He's cursed.
What?
Cursed, eh? What kind of curse is this?
Nothing but some bullshit.
Whoever is at the top of his command dies. Colonel Q, Sergeant Harvey, they're all dead. But whatever happens, he lives.
And apparently Harvey's dead too. The guy who hasn't had a line of dialogue since we arrived in Nevada. You know, right after the other guys conveniently died off screen. It's been so long since we've even mentioned the guy that even Nick forgot he was a lieutenant, not a sergeant. Keep up, Nick, please.
There's no such thing as a curse.
We'll see about that, Sergeant. You and your men from now on are under my command. Welcome to Avalon Vale, and welcome to the crew.
Okay, we got a lot to unpack here. So, first of all, Harvey's dead. I don't even know when he was supposed to die. Second, the dialogue has gone from passable, if a bit cheesy, to... well, this. The tone has just shifted dramatically, and Captain Bible over here is convinced subtlety is spelled in all caps. I like how the dude posed a question with two answers, and Mitchell just replies, perhaps. And now the ship's being attacked by Vortigaunts and Combine. Again, no idea why, they're just here. On the ship. In the middle of the ocean. Where the Combine are supposed to not be able to reach us. Sorry, did we actually have a plan, or were we just bullshitting this whole not on the sea thing? We're clearly out to sea right now, so are these guys just here for unrelated reasons? Or, okay, fuck it, we're not even at the worst bit yet. Then more Combine soldiers drop in just cuz, and now I'm turning on the engines, I guess? Well, one of them exploded, so that's probably fine. You haven't missed anything, by the way. There's been no clarifying dialogue telling us why we're down here. I'm just as confused as you. I have made it a mission to use guns as little as possible, if I could just get away with it. And it seems like the game is going to let me. So I just go where the enemies keep leading me, with my allies following me in tow. Like, actually in tow. They have one collective tethering point, and they stick to it as much as possible. It's like I'm leading a bunch of heavily armed ducklings. I have lost the plot so hard by this point. Why? Am I in danger? You can hear in the tone of my voice just how lost and confused I am. But then... this... just watch. Why did that explode? What the fuck?
That's not a curse. You made a deal with the devil. Here, you have it.
He's already fucking dead. He was introduced 5 minutes ago and he's already dead.
Well, it looks like you're the captain now. Captain Mitchell.
Well, you're awfully accepting of this for the guy who was calling me cursed also 5 minutes ago. Game, can you pick a tone and stick with it?
It's been 3 years since the 7-hour war.
What
there
the
are no more
fuck?
countries, only territories where they once were.
In the span of about 5 to 7 minutes, we've gone through the most jarring of tonal shifts and now a 3-year time skip, all without missing a beat. The plot in this game moves so fast, it's like how a Dragon Ball Z fight looks to normal people.
They had immense power over the air, and even more on land, but they lacked naval capabilities due to their overall goal of draining that resource. Until that happened, we needed a way to defend our ship from their air superiority, and for that, we needed to go to City 9, otherwise known as New Alaska.
What is this fucking pacing? Okay, whoa. Slam the brakes for a sec. We gotta talk about this a bit more. No, I'm sorry. We need to surgically dissect everything we just witnessed because my hyperfixated brain will not let me continue this script until I do. So let's go through this a bit, shall we? First of all, the hell was Nick on about with the curses and shit? Nick was never shown to be superstitious or religious or whatever you want to call this at any point before this, was he?
Godspeed, Mitchell.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I could find. Meanwhile, Mitch reacts to the whole accusation as if he's heard it 1,000 times and is barely acknowledging it anymore. And this is the first time we've heard it mentioned at all. Forget missing a level, I think the game forgot to include several chapters between here and the factory. And the dialogue, like, good God, I can't get over this. We go from Boston Joe talking about giant spiders with vaginas to this guy preaching Bible verses at us before promptly getting his ass obliterated within 5 minutes of showing up on screen. A lot of pomp and circumstance for a character that was gonna trip and brain himself on the pavement right out the gate, huh? Oh yeah, for that matter, why did the bridge fucking explode? I know one of the engines went up in flames, I think, but did that cause the whole back half of the ship to detonate? If that's the case, how have we not sunk yet? And then directly following all of that is the cardinal sin of any kind of visual storytelling, literally telling the story to you on a blank screen with no visuals of any kind. Mitch, my guy, we ain't listening to an audiobook, we're playing a video game. I don't know why this one moment drew hard aggro from my brain, but genuinely it feels like I witnessed every single element of how not to tell a story back to back, all within the span of a few minutes. In its own twisted way, that is actually impressive. And with that cavalcade of absolute bullshittery, Act 1 finally draws to a close. We've still got so much more to go. Oh God. So it's been 3 years since Mitch and friends took control of the Avalon Vale, and since then have apparently been holding their own against the Combine. However, their resources are dwindling, and if they hope to stand a chance of surviving any longer, they need to re-up and rearm, and the best way to do that, apparently, is to head to New Alaska. It's not that time skips are inherently a bad thing, but you gotta pace them out a bit better than that. Where are we?
You're crazy.
Like, get that we're in Alaska, but why are we suddenly in the fucking tundra alone? Yeah, the game doesn't explain this one. Mitch specifically says we had to go to City 9, implying, you know, more than himself. So is this a stealth mission? Does he need to be by himself? And even if he did, why in the hell did he go out into the middle of the frozen wasteland with nothing but a machete and a pistol? Hey, Mitch, you had like 8 different guns by the time you got on the boat. Where'd those all go? Did you toss them overboard the second you got captaincy? And you had the knife and the wrench, the most powerful weapons humanity has ever created. And now we just got a slow-ass, dinky-ass machete that doesn't even do as much damage as either of those two and is significantly slower and... Oh, we're off to a great start. So right off the bat, we're lost in a cave, and Mitch, continuing to be the paragon of foresight, didn't think to bring a flashlight or, you know, his night vision goggles. And instead we have to navigate with these flares while fighting off Cool Ranch antlions. So what was the plan here, Mitch? You needed ways to fight off their air superiority to protect your ship. Okay, got that much. Needed to go to New Alaska to do that. Okay, with you so far. So now I need to go into the frozen wasteland alone with only one gun, a machete, and a couple of flares. Okay, now we have a problem. You know, this is why you don't hold a flare up to your fucking eyes, Mitch. This right here. You're making this harder for all of us. You know that, right? Are you just doing this to spite me? Because it's working. Well, at the very least, despite how boring and tedious this part is, my Twitch chat's fucking immaculate timing kept me engaged. At least you have a gun. You could have just taken the machete. I guess that's it. I guess. Oh my God, that was so perfectly timed. Holy fucking shit. Growmaster, you can't be doing that, man. I'm not mentally prepared for that. Speeding up this terrible part, we reach the end of the tunnel and the game proceeds to blind me with the level transition. Everyone, welcome to Act 2. Up to now, this game's been bad, right? Like, it's been objectively terrible. Badly put together levels with poor direction, enemies that are not threatening in the slightest, pacing that defies all explanation, and a plot that is as nonsensical as it is inconsistent. But it's been fun, you know? Like, not good, but fun. For all the wrong reasons, admittedly, but I was laughing harder while playing this game than I had in a very long time, so it was doing that much at least. It was bad, but I was still enjoying my time with it. But Act 2? We kick off our Arctic adventure by busting into a checkpoint, killing some Combine, and picking up a sniper and an SMG. Hey, at least we have other guns now. Also, excellent sound design. Lovely. Nothing to correct there. When did I get this? And now we're just running through this Arctic valley with only a vague understanding of why we're here to guide me, even though I don't know why we're here specifically. Also, this is why I was not using the sniper up to now. It's just disorienting to shoot. Even in this huge map with a lot of open space, the extra range just isn't worth it when most enemies can barely hit me as I'm running up to them to stab their jugulars. By the way, did you remember the parkour system? Because the game just did. After getting acquainted with the locals and getting distracted by Mitch's amazing run animation, we get resupplied and reintroduced to my most hated enemy in all of gaming. Gravity. Oh! Well. Apparently even the Combine cut corners when it comes to safety measures. There is no guardrail there at all. I refuse to believe I was the only one that happened to. Jesus Christ, it offloads you so fucking close to the ledge.
What's your profanity?
You're right, I'm sorry. You may notice just how big this level is. I don't know why it is. This huge map has barely anything in it and isn't interesting to navigate at all. It's just a lot of frozen nothingness. It's literally a hallway, just kinda snowy. Normally this is when you get a vehicle, like a snowmobile, to help speed up these long stretches of nothing and make the map simultaneously feel big and not boring to run through. But, nope. We're just hoofing it, I guess. You can't run from your feelings forever, Mitch. It's around this point that I start realizing something else about the game's combat. I am just running up to enemies and shooting them. I'm not avoiding their fire or organically using the environment as cover. I'm just walking at them, tanking their bullets, and shooting them. Even in Half-Life, you had to exercise more tactics than this, and there you had the HEV suit, which enabled you to stand there and tank shots. This is just bullet sponging, except instead of enemies being the bullet sponges, it's me. Is this what it's like to be a Fallout boss? Alright, cool. We're here now, wherever here is, and for whatever reason we wanted to be here. That about sums up my experience with this game so far. Just going along with it, cause not even the game knows what it's doing anymore. Also, about this time I realized most enemies can be killed with a single shot to the head no matter what gun you're using. So I made it my mission to resolve shootouts as anticlimactically as possible. And we have an AK now. Alright. The spread of weapons across this whole game feels so random. It's like they just chucked in any kind of gun they wanted because it looked cool. I startled it. I'm so sorry. Then we just kind of leave, I guess, and head back outside. Godforsaken. Yeah, you're telling me. Yeah, so when is the thing going to happen? When are we gonna get funny dialogue that I could goof at again? Because, I kind of miss that. I run for a bit, shoot men for a bit, run for a bit, shoot men for a bit, and just keep doing that. That's a lot of this level. Wow, I am, fairly bored. I am very sorry for the lack of commentary. I don't have a whole lot to talk about at the moment. I pride myself on my ability to make something out of nothing, but this somehow felt less than nothing. I don't know how you did it, Hunt Down the Freeman, but you somehow made a negative space of fun. Congrats. Well, this was kind of funny.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Buddy, have you ever been in an active combat situation before? Parkouring up a building I can barely see onto ledges I can barely see. I'm having fun! And there's an invisible wall here. There's no glass. There's just a massive, blatant, invisible wall. Finally, finding the path of progression, I stumble into the facility and
A minute, please. I'll be right with you.
Oh, so you regularly get armed insurgents breaking into your home. Okay. Enter Boris.
I am the administrator of this fine factory.
Hi, can you tell me what the plot is? Because I've lost it.
Look.
I'd lost a lot of things by this point.
I don't want to kill you. Not in front of your daughter. I'm just here for the weapons.
Which I guess I was just gonna haul back to the boat by myself. Which I guess I was just gonna haul back to the boat by myself because I'm such a big boy.
Weapons? Mister, do you have any idea what we produce in this factory?
Not weapons?
So Boris shows Mitch what this factory actually contains. Child slaves. Lots of them. Producing parts for Combine cremators, which were the flamethrower dudes that didn't make it into Half-Life 2. Any child older than 5 gets forced to work under the Combine, and Boris here is understandably disgusted by it. But he seems to be in his position out of necessity to protect his own daughter. And then Mitch just...
I don't think that's disgusting at all.
Excuse me.
Think about it. Wasn't the main reason we were trying to go to space for decades for the resources? If we had the power to enslave them, wouldn't we? Hell, we enslave our own kind. We couldn't care less about an alien race. That's just nature playing out its own game. It's always been between predator and prey. That's the balance. But this time, the tables are turned. They got to us before we got to them, pulling our resources, draining the oceans, enslaving humans. Enjoy your time while you can, Boris, because sooner or later humans will rise up and put a stop to this. But this time around, humans won't even last 7 hours. They won't stop with the military. They will come for all of us, even for you and your daughter.
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
The hell just happened? Mitch's character just did a complete fucking heel turn. I mean, granted, we didn't really know him personally, but as I mentioned before, for being a trauma-riddled soldier with a somber and depressing backstory, for most of Act 1, he was surprisingly lighthearted and straightforward. Sure, he had the makings of your usual edgelord OC with the long hair, the stitched-up scars, and the dark past, but he didn't really act like one, like not entirely. Really, he just acted like your typical FPS protagonist, and he wasn't even entertaining the idea of Nick's weirdo curse bullshit earlier. Now all of a sudden he pulls out this faux nihilistic, edgy speech about humanity's evil and how he doesn't see the Combine enslaving us as disgusting because we do it to them, and there was nothing before now that said Mitch felt this way about humanity at all. Now, 3 years is a long time, and yeah, during that time, some shit could go down that could make someone's entire moral character and perspective change. But you know what you should do when telling that as a story? Show it! You don't radically change a character's mannerisms and personality without showing the reason why it happened halfway through the fucking story. It's like at the last stretch of Act 1, the game remembered you're supposed to be the bad guy and conveniently jumped ahead in time to when Mitch's villain arc was already in full swing without any establishing scenes. Not even a goddamn text blurb. That tone graph I showed earlier just did a complete nosedive and tunneled all the way to hell within a single paragraph.
You are a wise man indeed.
I don't think he is.
Take your daughter and leave.
What do you have in mind?
I'm gonna burn the whole factory to the ground and take those kids with me, but not for the children. I need an army.
So now we're going to rescue a bunch of child slaves, which we will then in turn re-enslave, raise them to be an army, and use that army to fight against the Combine. Okay then. Well, if the game wanted to remind us we're supposed to be the bad guy and hunting down the Freeman, this is definitely villainous activity here, rescuing a group of 100 child slaves and then raising them to be your loyal army. But, when is Freeman going to get involved? He was mentioned at the beginning and hasn't even been alluded to since. I know in canon he's been in stasis this whole time following the Black Mesa incident, but oh fuck it, here's me being bad at shooting. Fucking Christ. Down we stroll through the factory grounds, blowing up generators as we go, not this one though, or this one, shooting convoys in the face, and in the back of my mind wondering just how the hell my life led me to this. At the end of the corridor lies a mounted gun turret, which I use to spray bullets in the other direction until the game tells me to stop, and then... Oh, is that all? Good God. That is the most haphazard and oddly specific time skip I have ever seen in my entire life, and I gotta say, I'm just impressed at this point. We've gone from the game doing nearly every single thing you're not supposed to do when telling a story to inventing all new ways you're not supposed to do it.
I've scanned for a replication of your current strategy and found 0 results. So you're a pioneer now.
Oh, by the way, that was Act 2. Yeah, that running simulator of a level was the entirety of Act 2, and we're on to Act 3 now. This tunnel just keeps going, and I can't find the way out, so I guess we're just gonna keep moving forward. This game's an experience. Welcome to Act 3, Chapter 1, Deal with the Devil, featuring Mitchell and his furry army.
Good morning, Captain.
Hi, Pyro.
Hey, Captain.
Hello, Pyro.
It's a good day, Captain.
It is indeed, Pyro. So 17 years later, the Combines still haven't fully drained the ocean. I mean, I get that's a lot of water, but it sure is taking them a while. Oh, by the way, stop me if you've heard this one before. A soldier with bad facial scarring, after escaping from a hospital at the beginning of the game, builds a personal army out of rescued soldiers who become deeply loyal to his captaincy and rule, all stationed out in the middle of the ocean. It's worth noting this game had a special thanks to Hideo Kojima in the credits once upon a time, totally unrelated reasons, I'm sure. So what has Big Mitch been up to for the past 17 years? I mean, aside from raising a child army? That's a good question. It will not be answered. Where am I going? I'm just gonna think of this game as hunt down the progress trigger from now on. After a few moments of pointless wandering, I finally smack my face into a cutscene. Ow.
The captain needs to see it.
The captain needs to see what?
Mitch, this is one hell of a midlife crisis, my guy.
A gift for the captain. Do you recognize it?
Oh, a crowbar. Yay. Okay, I get it. It's supposed to be Gordon's, but like, how do we know that isn't Joe's crowbar that just happened to show up in the middle of the ocean? I don't know, 17 years is a long time. Maybe Joe went spearfishing with his crowbar one day and lost it, I guess. And that could either mean he spearfished with his crowbar or he spearfished with his crowbar. I'll let you decide. Also, I'm pretty sure a crowbar, you know, a solid bar of raw metal, physically cannot float and would just sink to the ocean floor, but alright. I also like how Mitch seems to immediately know whose crowbar it is, because trauma, I guess.
Everybody get out. Get out! I said get out!
Oh, hello again. Right, this was a Half-Life fan game, I almost forgot. We huffed a few too many fumes earlier and got a bit lost, but we're back now. Kinda, I think. Also, I gotta say, the G-Man is going out of his way to mess with Mitch, and it is so stupidly out of character and gremlin-y that it goes full circle and becomes hilarious. Did this omniscient and nearly omnipresent interdimensional interloper actually fabricate a series of convenient events just for this specific crowbar to end up in the hands of Mitch, causing decades of repressed trauma and anger to come rushing back to the surface, all as some convoluted and ominous sign that the time for the deal had finally come? That is fucking Dio trolling Polnareff levels of extra, and I love it.
Authority, power, and time. We have kept our promise, Mr. Mitchell. We gave you all the treasure you could possibly ask for.
That wasn't treasure, it was a curse. All this power does nothing but kill. Authority only to murder. Nothing but the power to kill my own men.
Alright, so once again, Mitch has had a complete heel turn in character and now seems angry and resentful at the power he's been given and the men he's lost. So that whole villain speech from earlier just seems pointless now, as this seems a lot more like the beginning Mitch, just even more traumatized.
Let me recall again, Captain. Whoever it takes, whatever it takes, however long it takes. That was the deal, and now the time has come again.
I like how that line is treated like Mitch unintentionally signed away his life, like the G-Man operates off of fairy tale logic.
If there is someone to blame for all of this, all of the suffering, it's the free man himself.
take it all back. I don't want it. I don't want the power, the authority, not even the time. I just want it to end. Freeman can go to hell.
Am I crazy, or am I actually kind of starting to like Mitch in this cutscene? He's calling out the plot's bullshit for me and is just as frustrated with it as I am. And really, who can blame him? All of this is because of a deal Mitch made when he was at death's door and high on vengeful anger against Freeman, who has not been an active element in his life for over 2 decades now. Mitch has moved on. He doesn't care anymore. And when our main character doesn't give a shit about the main selling point of the fucking game, then what the hell are we even doing here anymore?
We've done our part, and now it's your turn to do yours.
Or else?
Then I have no option but to let you get in a battle that you have no chance of winning.
How?
Now, pardon me. I have to take this back to its owner.
Alex!
Yes, Captain?
Assemble the men.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So the only reason we're given for Mitch to go along with the plot anymore is because G-Man is threatening his life. A threat which really shouldn't be very effective at this point, given Mitch literally just said he'd rather die than go through with this whole cockamamie scheme. I guess he could be more worried about the lives of his men, but I still don't know for certain if Mitch actually cares about them, and really, I don't think the story does either, considering it keeps flip-flopping him from anti-hero to absolute bastard at the drop of a hat.
That all took place within these 2 steps I took.
And just as I was ranting about that cutscene— Ow! Stop!
What's going on?
We have to go to City 17.
City 17? But why?
Gordon Freeman is back. Somehow we have to find a way to reach the Combine and convince them to side with us so we can hunt down Freeman together.
Whoa, 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 slow down. Reach the Combine? Gordon Freeman? Captain, are you mad? Mitchell, even if that was true, you know what that means, right? People will die. Are you willing to lose everything we have?
Everything we have? We don't own anything, Nick. We just borrowed it. Even our own lives. We weren't meant to live this long.
Oh my good lord.
Mitchell, I beg you, please don't do this. This is madness. You're gonna get us all killed. We've survived for 20 years on this ship, and every single time we step foot on that land, too many innocent lives are taken. Those kids you took, didn't they have enough? You don't care for any of them, do you? You never did. Just used them. Do what the hell you gotta do. But I'm not gonna be a part of this. God help us.
No. God will stay away from this one.
Oh my god. This isn't funny anymore. This is just boring and dumb. We've officially gone past the room levels of bad and right back into I'd rather be doing literally anything other than this right now bad. Even writing the script is becoming a chore.
Oh right. Well done, troops. You've been practicing your invisible wall generation. I'm so proud of you. Oh right, button. I'm sorry. I was so distracted being sad. No. No, you didn't.
City 17 that I elected to establish my administration here.
You fucking didn't.
I should probably stay out of trouble.
Citadel, so thoughtfully provided by our benefactors.
Yeah, they did. They put the City 17 opening in this. Straight out of Half-Life 2. By the way, we're over 4 hours into this hot mess and we're only just now getting to something actually related to Gordon Freeman and he's still not here. Also, it's worth noting that for some reason, I had a visceral reaction of anger to seeing this part of Half-Life 2 in this game.
They put the City 17 opening in this. How fucking dare you?
I don't even really know why, but I did. Half-Life 2 is one of my absolute favorite games of all time, if not my most favorite. And the City 17 opening is so engraved in my brain as both an odd source of nostalgic comfort and as one of my favorite openings in gaming, so I guess seeing it here just gave me a knee-jerk reaction of actual genuine offense.
I shouldn't be this mad, but I am.
Which lasted for all of a few moments before I was right back to being confused and lost again.
He says he should stay out of trouble. Well, let us see how long that lasts. Yeah, let's see how long it's...
Give him the signal.
There who is? Give what why is there an invisible wall here? Give who the signal? Mitch, what's the plan here? I feel like I'm not in on this.
Now it's your turn.
Who is this? It's your turn. Who is Will? That's just a standard Half-Life 2 NPC. Were they an inside man? Will, my guy. Will, you gonna do something? Oh, I can move through here now. Of course I can.
To relocate to one of our
Old friend? Who is Will? What is going on? What is the plan? Why did he explode? So after sending a suicide bomber to destroy the checkpoint, Mitch then goes here. I guess he certainly does that and then runs around more. For reasons? Mitch, where are we going? Hi, G-Man, could you give me a hand here, buddy? Tell me what the fuck, what is the plan here? Because Mitch won't tell me. I need to clarify, the game has given me no direction here. Literally the only thing Mitch said upon arriving in the city is, I should stay out of trouble. And then proceeded to kamikaze a military checkpoint. So I fell back on the only thing that would save me in moments like these, run around everywhere until I hit a loading screen. I go through here? Yes, I guess. I think this is the most I'd ever felt like a chicken running around with its head cut off. Throughout this whole segment in the game, I was trying my damnedest to figure out where I was going and arguing with Mitch about what the hell we were even doing anymore. What is the fucking plan here, Mitch? Can you fill me in? Because god damn it, man, I'm in your head controlling your movements. I kind of need to know what you're thinking. Oh my god, there it is. Jesus Christ. I'm only taking partial blame for that. Prior to this, the game had spun me around 20 times, gave me a slap on the ass, and said good luck before booting me out the door. Wheelbarrow. In here? Hello, friend. How are you? I'll be leaving now, I guess. I like how the lighting in this part is so atrocious that they have to put big glowing exit signs here to tell you where to go. Once again, Mitch's life could be made about 30% easier if he just picked up a fucking flashlight at some point. Mitch said he should stay out of trouble, yet here we are, being a good law-abiding citizen. Got some drugs, excellent. I'll add that to my list of misdemeanors. Okay, why do we have the rebel holding a door shut moment? How is that another child soldier? How would I know that? Mitch never mentioned that he had people like stationed out in the city already. I thought we had only just arrived. I need some drugs. And now we have the running across the rooftops while Combine are shooting at you moment. This is just a bootleg version of the Half-Life 2 opening. Right down to getting cornered and beaten until the screen goes white. And apparently after getting his ass curb stomped, Mitch is taken up to the Citadel. For some reason. Pretty sure Civil Protection has killed people for far less than blowing up one of their checkpoints, but we get taken up to the big boss's room because we're just that gosh darn special. Just ignore the fact they sent a hunter chopper after us. It was firing non-lethal bullets. It's fine. Also, behold, the revolutionary triangular invisible wall. That is new. And now the invisible wall was forming behind me, and now I'm stuck.
I knew this day would come. I knew I was going to see this man one more time.
Hello again, Boris.
Boris.
So Boris makes his return as one of the higher-ranking officials in the Combine, I think, which is interesting given that last time we saw him, he was fleeing from the factory he was specifically in charge of while we burned it to the ground, so the fact he still made it to upper management is pretty impressive. Good for him.
I know he sent you. Our mutual friend.
Wait, you know him?
Oh, right, of course. G-Man shenanigans. That's why Boris is here, and why we were taken to the Citadel. I guess. Guys, you can't just explain away all the plot conveniences with G-Man did it, because then what's the point of us doing anything when the G-Man can apparently just orchestrate events to do literally whatever he wants? Man is basically omnipresent, but he's not omnipotent. He can't do everything. That's why he needs people like Gordon to actually knock over the domino pieces that he sets up. And even that can go wrong, as we have seen.
We'll see about that.
I want to collaborate. I have a ship and an army, and I'm ready to hand over all of it, to be placed under the Combine's command.
That is a rich offer indeed. Please, excuse me for a little while.
Yep. We just wait here. No, there's no secret in the room you now have the chance to find. This isn't a Far Cry 4 situation where we make an escape while the bad guys aren't looking. We literally just stand here for nearly a full minute. And then the plot continues. I guess it needed a bathroom break.
Dr. Breen wanted me to inform you that he, along with our collaborators, is impressed by your desire to hunt down Gordon Freeman.
Wait, Mitch never mentioned that. Mitch never mentioned Gordon. The plot is actually falling apart at the seams in real time. This is fascinating to watch. So Mitch and Boris talk a bit more about how the Combine are already aware of where Freeman is hiding, as they already have several spies in the Resistance who've leaked that information. Now, granted, Gordon's escape from City 17 wasn't exactly stealthy. But he also didn't leave any survivors who would know where he was either, taking the "it's still sneaky if no one is alive to know you were there" approach.
This brings me to another topic. You remember my Sasha, my daughter?
Yeah, I do.
She's in the Resistance. As a spy, when you get out there, massacring members of the Resistance, do not, I repeat, do not harm her, or I will kill you.
Sounds like a deal. Let me ask you something, Boris. You said you have spies inside the Resistance, right?
He just said that.
So you do know where Freeman is?
He just said that.
Where is he?
Black Mesa East.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Stuff is happening. Oh, thank god. Things are finally happening again. Are you all fucking teabagging at me? That's incredibly rude.
Hail Mitchell.
Hail Mitchell. Hail Mitchell. Brilliant filing in tactic, guys. It worked out great. I gotta love the rapid fire crouching. Okay, it's funny again. It's funny again. Look at this guy bobbing up and down like he's trying to dodge sniper fire in TF2. No joke, this part actually saved the stream for me. Not only is the assault on Black Mesa East a fairly decent level, which is amazing compared to everything up to now, but Mitch actually being here actually makes sense. Mitch and his men could easily be slipped in as part of the Combine assault on Black Mesa that forced Gordon into Ravenholm. We're finally hunting down the Freeman. Good job, game. Took you 5 hours to do it, but gosh darn it, you're doing it. Not only that, but I was actually having fun again. Listen to me. Hang on. I need to see. Fucker just teabagging like he's trying to BM in Call of Duty. Okay, we actually have a level that actually makes sense in the continuity, except for the fucking, you know, rebel team all looking like the same dude, but whatever. Yeah, they literally are all the same model. It's the same dude. It was a miracle. Not only was something finally happening, but the game was funny again. After what felt like a 2-hour-long drag of nothing, I was finally genuinely enjoying myself. Again, for all the wrong reasons, but still. So Hunt Down the Freeman, after so much struggling, has finally reached the dizzying heights of pretty okay. Can't wait to see how long that lasts. And if that wasn't enough, we finally have a vent we can crouch through and not need to go prone. Amazing. Still can't see shit though. I actually had to start using my muzzle flashes to navigate, which I think was actually a joke in Freeman's mind. The lighting in this game is atrocious, I gotta say. And hey, look, Vortigaunt's where they actually make sense. They're humanity's allies now, so yeah, so far everything we're seeing checks out. Save for the Resistance being made up of the same guy in an orange bandana, all with the same death noise. So is G-Man the one leaving all these random flares around the game telling Mitch where to go? If so, you're doing a pretty half-assed job, buddy. $69 health. Nice. After that breath of fresh air and brimming with life and smiling for the first time in about 2 or 3 hours, I continued deeper into the compound, booped more rebels in the face with singular shots to the head, took this elevator that all the corpses I was leaving behind were leading me to, and up to Ravenholm? Okay, so we're just abandoning our men to go chase down Gordon on our own, I guess.
I need a flashlight. It's too damn dark outside.
Oh, so now you want a flashlight, eh, Mitch? Couldn't have thought of this at literally any other point in the last 5.5 hours? Fuck you, Mitch. And of course, the one time Mitch thinks to duct tape a flashlight to his gun, it's not even that dark enough to need one. I can feel this monkey's paw curling its finger again. The enjoyment I was once again feeling was slowly stopped, as this next level is basically just running through a dark forest with zombies everywhere, all of which Mitch can outrun, so there's absolutely zero tension. At least the double barrel here is satisfying to use. I actually prefer this over our older shotgun. Hey buddy, pardon me. Okay, once again, where are we going, Mitch? You had me for a bit there, and you lost me again. Well, at the very least, he can apparently fucking book it. Dude's faster than even the fast zombies, good lord. My name is Mitchell McProtagonist Pants, and I am Speed. Yeah, we do have infinite stamina lit. What was that fucking stock-ass scream? Apparently, the path of progression lies on a random ranch in the middle of these woods, and it took me a while to find it. Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me? My self-preservation instincts picked the weirdest times to stop working. After making the necessary Mitchell sacrifice on the altar of progress, we make our way into the Ravenholm graveyard. And from the looks of it, it's just after Freeman made his escape. Again, there is little point to shooting everything. I could just run through all of them. They don't even do that much damage, unless they like pile on me, like they are currently doing. I sprint past the rest of the zombies and jump into this coffin to end up in... sewers, I think? Well, I guess I'll leave then. Again, I'm just going where the loading screens are taking me. Boys, I had one hell of an adventure. You would not believe it. Also, hi, I'm back. What did I miss? Jesus Christ. So where do you think we go next on our magical Mitchell adventure, folks? Well, if you guess we jump down a hole in the road into the antlion caves, you'd be correct. I don't know why we do, but Day 3 opened up right where I left off in the antlion cave, so unfortunately everything that came before that was in fact not a fever dream and did actually happen. It took me a few minutes to come to terms with that. But we start off on an incredibly high note as we have our first actual sighting of Gordon Freeman.
Jesus Christ, if that's how Freeman drives, I may not have to kill him after all.
For all of half a second. I guess I'll take it. Also, this level is not worth talking about. It's just the antlion tunnels where we step on grubs over and over and shoot antlions, and absolutely nothing of any significance happens whatsoever. This whole area just kind of feels like it's here because this is a video game and something needed to be here. Whatever point this game had has long since been lost. Ow. I missed my knife. Behold my extremely specific superpower of making cobwebs part like automatic doors. Are you impressed? I'm not. Also, I think the Antlion Guardian might be a little bit upset at me. Couldn't tell you why. You know, this isn't exactly my fault when you lay out all your young in very, very easily stompable locations like this. So the Antlion Guardian goes down to a handful of shotgun blasts, and directly afterward, Mitch is blocked from climbing up this ledge by a single Antlion grub. This game is amazing Okay, seriously, I get we're chasing Gordon, but what cave is this specifically, and why are we in it? Is there just a massive network of antlion caves that just happens to follow Gordon's almost exact footsteps? Oh, wait, let me guess. G-Man did it. Right. Wait a minute. When the fuck did I get a Magnum? When did I get this? Ow. And now it's time for the platforming segment. Only now it's with this dinky-ass parkour system, so it's somehow worse. Even Half-Life 1's platforming wasn't this tedious. By this point, I was just so bored and frustrated that I was starting to see problems where they didn't really exist. And in general, I felt like I was slowly going insane. This game had me dying laughing at the start, had me hopeful again for a moment, and now it's actually boring me to death. This part really, really sucks. So, Mitchy boy. Thank you. So we emerge from our adventures as the Antlion King, and now more rebels.
Oh my god!
And this part is just the highway segment of Half-Life 2, but worse, shorter, and more boring, so we are not even going to talk about it. Here's just a highlight of things that I thought were funny. Oh god! I thought for sure I was going to fall off. Does this have no water physics? It's just stopped. It just stopped dead. Hello, friends. Your immaculate aim continues to impress, as always. Jesus Christ, bye. I'm gonna not move. You hit your ally before you hit me. You currently have me pincered, and you're currently shooting yourselves more than you're hitting me. Hello, sir.
Oh, hi, Mom.
I don't think he came back down. I think he just went to orbit, and he's just gone now. This part from here to here is just driving from one loading screen to the other. Cool. By the way, we're at Nova Prospekt now. Yeah, no, I don't know how we got here either. And no, we are never told how we knew to come here at all. Mitch's Freeman senses were tingling, I guess. He certainly doesn't go here after, and I lost my Magnum. And my sniper. But even more perplexingly, we're at Nova Prospekt as Gordon and Alex are teleporting out of it. How the fuck did we get here that fast? This is the slow teleport. Okay, if Gordon was hitting the road in the buggy right as we were getting into the Antlion Cave, then this should not be happening right now. Gordon at best should only just now be arriving at Nova Prospekt. Are all those loading screens supposed to be mini time skips? I guess, but then you leave Nova Prospekt as it's blowing up and you get captured and are back in Nova Prospekt, and now the Resistance is running it, I think? Game, can you tell me where I am? Please? Just once? No? Okay. Oh, hey, Sasha's here. Hello.
Start making your way to the monitor room. I'll be there waiting for you.
I don't know where that is. Mitch doesn't know where that is. Do any of you know how to think beyond the current sentence you're speaking? I don't think you do. So we stumble our way from one room to the next, avoiding gunfire as best I can. Hi? No, wait, okay, wait, no, hang on. I don't have any guns. This is cheating. I don't have any guns. Wait, hang on. Meanwhile, the map design and lighting is still rough, so I struggle to figure out where to go, but that could also have just been me being so disoriented and naturally stupid that I wasn't paying attention. Can one of you throw a grenade into the middle of the group so I can get a goddamn weapon? Thank you. Nope, apparently I can't use this. That's not a gun, apparently. Clever bastards, using the old wooden gun trick on me. Okay. Ow. Then the rebels just kinda stopped chasing me, I guess. They're being awfully good sports, you know, letting the incredibly dangerous war criminal escape. Ow.
The legendary captain himself.
Stop it. You're making me blush.
Sorry, I'm a bit too distracted by your hair. Why does it look like a wooden helmet?
I remember you saving those children. I always saw you as a hero after that day.
Hero? You're talking to a villain, my dear. The hero inside of me died many, many years ago when I was young.
We're almost to the end. We're almost to the end. It's almost over. It's almost over.
Back in Alaska, after the factory, what happened?
We were walking in the middle of nowhere for days. The moment we thought we were going to die, help arrived. And that's where it gets all blurry in my mind. There was just a man in a suit.
A man in a suit?
Yes, a man in a suit.
Wait, a man in a suit? Yes, a man in a suit. Let me get this straight. A man in a suit. At the same time, a man in a suit. Yes, a man in... Okay, I'm done now.
Are you sure that wasn't your father? He was also wearing a suit that day.
Mitch, what kind of stupid question is that? The dialogue is actively draining its own IQ as we speak. I'm fairly sure between all of our main characters, we have maybe 3 functional brain cells left, and Mitch is currently holding most of them.
What deal? Sasha, what deal?
I think I remember the deal. He had to help me.
Act surprised, everybody. Wait! Adam! Did you steal my fucking revolver, you prick?
Mitchell, run.
Yeah, there's zero attention here. The rebels can't hit for shit and there's health packs on the way down the hall. This is... So we flee into the... It's almost over. It's almost over. We flee into the compound. Again, I still don't know where we are, and...
What the hell are you doing?
Keeping my promise.
What? The sussy Black Ops sniper who was being about as subtle as a Dark Souls NPC with malicious intentions was untrustworthy? Oh, how dastardly! Okay, that's not fair. Even in Souls games, the NPC that is going to betray you actually helps you for a bit before trying to stab your throat. Adam did one useful thing and hasn't been much more than a background character for the last several hours.
Who are you? No, not you.
That was part of the deal. Go now. It's time.
Once again, I really am just here for the ride at this point. Oh, I guess I'm not anymore because it crashed. You know, for all the problems this game has, this was actually the first time it legitimately crashed on me, and apparently that was purposefully left in by the devs as an inside joke. So, hey, props for making this trash fire a stable trash fire. Oh my god, we gotta do this again? Are you for oh. Alright, fucking speedrun tactics times. Once again, Sasha gets gotted. We merrily jog our way to safety. Adam closes the gate on us. We leave the tunnel and... Take a guess. Just take a wild guess as to who's waiting for us on the other side.
Mr. Mitchell, at last.
G-Man really is just fucking with Mitch at this point. There is no other reason for him to be here. This might actually be the most gremlin-y G-Man that has ever been put to paper, and honestly, I kinda love it. I mean, it completely misses the point of the G-Man and doesn't use him well, like, at all, but at least it's funny. One of the very, very few enjoyable things left about this game.
You lied to me. You said I was going to hunt him down. You said I was going to kill him.
I thought you didn't care about Freeman anymore. That was the whole point you made when G-Man appeared last time. And I agreed with you even. Mitch, what is your fucking motivation? Because the story has completely forgotten it.
You simply cannot betray someone if you were never on their side.
I never really was on your side.
Then we go through the most unnecessarily long, pretentious betrayal reveals I've ever seen, where the scene of Mitchell getting ambushed by HEV Man gets played back, then reversed, then played back again from HEV Man's perspective. And it's revealed that HEV Man was Adam the whole time. Also, I don't know what's happening to his neck, but, well, that can't be healthy.
All this time, the man I was looking for wasn't Gordon Freeman. He doesn't even know that I exist.
Now, since Sasha is dead, the Combine will be looking for you. They will separate their forces from City 17 and come for you. And that will create Mr. Freeman an easier path.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me summarize this. The entire point of G-Man's plan was to use Adam to beat Mitch to near death, then appear to Mitch and offer him a deal to hunt down the Freeman, revive Mitch's happy ass, still bleeding out by the way, right smack in the middle of the Combine invasion of Earth. Then have Mitch gather an army of soldiers so that 20 years later, he would volunteer himself and that entire army to the Combine to once again hunt down the Freeman, just so Mitch would find himself in Nova Prospekt where Sasha was, who the G-Man also orchestrated to make a spy for the Combine, then have Adam kill Sasha, which would frame Mitch and make the Combine forces split off to instead hunt down the Michelin Man? That's pretty ambitious of you, G-Man. Gotta say. I don't know how that spider web had any fucking hope of working, but, there's one crucial little detail you kind of forgot about. Freeman isn't here anymore! In Half-Life 2, when Alex and Gordon get teleported away from Nova Prospekt, it was right as the facility was being destroyed. So the teleporter goes critical right as the two leave, resulting in them being lost in a slow teleport for almost 2 weeks.
The blow you struck at Nova Prospekt was taken as a signal to begin the uprising, but that was over a week ago.
So while this plan might have worked to an extent, I highly doubt it would have worked for long nor accomplished very much when Gordon isn't even fucking here and the Resistance is about to start an all-out war in City 17. I think the Combine are gonna have a bit more on their hands than Boat Lord of Boats over here. Now, maybe this was actually about giving the Resistance the opening they needed to start the uprising, but that would mean that this entire fucking plan was just to give the Resistance maybe a day's time to start raising hell, which is even fucking stupider considering just how many moving parts this batshit convoluted plan had. And even if Mitch is considered a big enough threat to divert soldiers and resources to chase down, why? The only thing Mitch has done to the Combine that we know about was destroying that factory and recruiting that army of children to his side. And that was 17 years ago. The game vaguely mentioned they've been fighting for all the time since then, but how often? And why? Were they helping the Resistance or just surviving at sea? And now we're supposed to believe that Boris, this motherfucker who ran away from his post, somehow got put into a powerful enough position within the Combine that he has the influence to send a large chunk of them after Mitch specifically just for killing Sasha. Yeah, I'm calling bullshit. This is what I mean when I say you can't explain away everything with G-Man did it. At some point, you need to say how. And I really doubt that you can think of any way that this makes any kind of sense. The ending of Half-Life Alyx, spoilers by the way, skip to here to avoid them. All right, 3, 2, 1, makes more sense than this, and that involved an actual fucking time paradox.
Son of a bitch, it has unforeseen consequences.
I think I realized why this game still hurt as much as it did in the final moments. When it wasn't taking itself seriously and focusing more on the gameplay, it was fine. Buggy, messy as hell, and completely ridiculous, but enjoyable in its own hilariously broken way. But when it started taking itself very seriously, focused less on the gameplay and more on the story, it became painful. Very painful. Because the story is awful. Not just bad, not just nonsensical, no. This story is legitimately fucking terrible. And does just about every single narrative thing you can possibly do wrong. Oh. Okay, that that felt good. I think I'm good for the final part now. Let's go.
And since our agreement is finished, you have our permission to die. Farewell, Mr. Mitchell.
Wait. What if I make it out alive? In one piece?
We're here now, I guess. Following a small stroll through the forest and stepping through this here random door, we end up at, house. I thought this was supposed to be somewhere much different, but whatever. Color me thoroughly unconvinced that Boris would even have the possibility of holding a high enough position in the Combine. Okay, I'm being shot at now, I guess. After an embarrassing amount of time being hounded by Combine the whole way, I finally find the way inside. And it's okay, Combine physically don't know how to lay down, so we're completely safe. Oh hey, I have my revolver back. Very fortunate that Mitch can apparently call up his boys on any random radio he finds. Also, for some reason, the bloom in this one map is stupidly bright and ow, my fucking eyes! Why do you keep doing this to me, game? Have you not hurt me enough?
Nick, do you copy?
Captain, what the hell? You're alive?
Listen to me, Nick. Adam is a traitor. He set us up. He killed Sasha.
Now it all makes sense.
Where's Freeman?
Nobody knows. He's been missing since Prospect Blue.
He'll be back, possibly in a few hours, but the Combine don't know that. They'll think with Sasha dead that we've turned against them. They're going to split their numbers to kill me.
We'll be there in 15 minutes.
15? I don't think I can survive that long.
Look, you have to, Mitchell. Set some defenses. Be smart.
I'll try my best.
Good luck, old friend. God be with you.
Weren't you angry with me? Again? This game's whole cast has no consistency, no motivation, no character. Their collective character is just whatever the plot demands of them in that moment. What even is the fucking plot? I don't know anymore. And now, the finale of Hunt Down the Freeman. A 15-minute battle against waves of Combine. Thrilling finale, by the way. Yes, 15 minutes. As in, you just survive for 15 minutes. 1-5. Oh boy. And this whole location is completely different than what it was supposed to be. Originally, this took place at a Combine outpost on a huge bridge at night. It was a horrible part of the game, spawning some Combine snipers toward the last few waves that you had no way of fighting back against. So your best course of action was just to tuck yourself into a corner with your favorite gun and shoot anything that came to you. Good lord. Now we're just in some run-down home in the middle of nowhere, conveniently turned into a Combine base. Not exactly my first pick for a final stand, but I guess Mitch was low on options. And so the final countdown began, as boots of Combine soldiers on the floor above me stomped in rhythm, signaling the arrival of my demise. I gathered my guns, ammunition, and grenades, and prepared for the most difficult fight of my life. Okay, bye. I began fighting back, valiantly holding my ground as my enemies came for me, funneling them through a choke point which they were only too happy to obligingly shove themselves through. At first, it seemed my efforts wouldn't be in vain, as enemies threw themselves at my holdout spot over and over, only to join their fallen comrades as bloodied corpses staining the floor and stairs beneath them. So great did their desperation grow, that in their haste to kill me, some began to accidentally kill their own. But as the minutes ticked down to their last, my ironclad defense was beginning to wane, as my ammo ran low, and my enemies swarmed me in greater number, showing signs of adapting to my flawless strategies. Holy shit, they thought to throw a grenade! Perfect timing on that! They actually figured out that grenades are a thing. Unfortunately, they have the range of a mild fart, so it doesn't really matter that much. Truly, all hope seemed lost. But then, just as death seemed all but inevitable against such vast and insurmountable odds, an idea came to mind. And whether by chance or by divine intervention, in my most desperate hour of need, I made the most important discovery of my entire playthrough. The one saving grace that made the last 3 hours of monotony, pain, and utter stinging disinterest ultimately worth it.
Actually, wait, can I just stand in front of the door? Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me?
Yes. Yes, I could.
They'll just grenade themselves. Nope, go away. Go away, we don't want any. No. 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 Go away. Catch. Are they just turned around talking with each other like, dude, what the fuck are we gonna do? I don't want it. Wrong house. Go away. Uh-huh. Open the door, motherfucker, I dare you. Well done. Well fucking done. You know what? At the very least, we're ending this off laughing like idiots. I'm fine with that, really.
It was like I'd finally broken the surface of the water after struggling for air for hours, like my prayers had been answered, and a miracle had truly been delivered to me. I was smiling again, for the first time in hours, laughing as hard as I could, to the point I was having trouble seeing clearly. The fun had returned, and it was like I had been rescued at the last second by an old friend I thought long dead. The pain that had been inflicted upon me over the last 4 hours was grave, but at least now, I was past it. I'd reached the summit of the mountain, looked out over the world around me, broken source textures as far as the eye could see, and I could only smile. I'd done it. My final trial was over, and help arrived, conveniently in the form of a scene transition. And my reward for the many hours I had endured was one final cutscene.
Nick! Where the hell were you?
Okay, you know what? Despite everything that I went through, I gotta admit, that is actually a pretty good I lived bitch reveal. And suddenly, Adam knows he is entirely fucked.
Impossible.
And so begins the best cutscene in the entire game. The music is pretty good, the shots are pretty good, things actually feel kinda tense. Although I think something went wrong in the rendering, as everything has this slight afterimage effect that's kind of annoying. Also, I really do love Mitch's angry dad walk here. Adam! And finally, as Adam is cornered at the end of the ship... Ooh!
Mitch, look. Mitch, please. Mitchell, look, I can explain.
You lied to me.
No, that wasn't the deal. He told me. Mitch, please.
You betrayed me. You used me. You fucked up my face. And now...
Mitch, please. I can explain.
You have my permission to die.
Yeah, it doesn't work when you say it, Mitch. By the way, any gun enthusiasts in the audience want to take a crack at what kind of caliber Mitch is rocking here? The game says it's 44, but I don't know, that kind of looks like a Smith & Wesson 500 to me. In which case, I'm pretty sure that first shot would have done it. Although watching it back, I thought Mitch shot Adam in the back, but I think it was actually his knee. but the blood splatter shows up near the shoulder, so I don't know. Well, either way, be it in the spine, knee, or the shoulder, with a 44 or a 50 cal, I doubt Adam would then be able to stand back up and proceed to tank 4 more point-blank shots to the gut and only die with 1 final shot to the head. I feel like Adam's top half should have been separated from his bottom half.
Ready for your orders, Captain.
Turn the ship. We're going to Borealis.
How do you know what the Borealis is? Oh, right. Of course. G-Men did it. Whoa. We're not done yet. We've still got one more thing to go over, so please stick around for a bit longer. I promise this will be worth it. So this game is bad, right? It was bad when it came out, and it was still bad when I played it. But I did say that more had been done with it ever since its release. So let's fast forward a few years to its most recent dev version. Yes, there actually have been several new versions of this game since I played it on stream, and a lot has changed. Gameplay has been refined, levels have been redone, entirely new things have been added, and honestly, they fixed a lot of stuff. So before we take a brief look at the new stuff, I have to stress this is all an active dev build of the game, the most recent one as of recording, or at least the most recent one that I had access to, so there's still some weirdness and kinks that need ironing out. First of all, we got a new main menu, which is pretty nice, though I think the text may be a bit too big for it. It's kind of stretching off the screen in a few parts. Now, I don't believe the tutorial is any different, so I decided to just jump into the first level. The hospital opening is honestly fairly similar to the version I played in terms of level layout. In fact, I'm fairly certain they're almost identical, except you can't go in the nothing room anymore, which is understandable, if a bit disappointing. However, where the real differences lie is in the pacing and the atmosphere, which have been significantly improved.
Shit.
The hospital rumbles and shakes as debris falls from the ceiling. Zombies attack you much earlier as the music kicks in to accompany them. You're only armed with your pistol at this point, so each shot does have to matter to some degree, even though ammo is fairly plentiful. Enemies aren't as easy to kill as before, even if they aren't that threatening still, but the feel of the level has changed dramatically, and it actually feels like there's an active war going on outside. Unfortunately, the in-game voices are still tied to the sound effects volume, so properly balancing this game for recording is still a pain. Still, already a major improvement for the first impression, and really not that much was changed. Just the timing and order of events and sound design were reworked a bit to add some subtle but impactful changes. This is what I mean when I rant about how important atmosphere is in gaming. You need to make the world feel like it's important to the player, and this is already doing a much better job of it.
Wait, this is my knife. What the hell?
The rest of the first level follows this same idea of not changing much foundationally, but instead polishing up the execution of its ideas. The knife is no longer as stupidly OP as it was, sadly, but it does have a new set of snazzy looking animations. And it does still kill zombies really quickly, so melee for zombies, guns for everything else quickly became my go-to, and it felt pretty good. The guns overall feel better to shoot, and the recoil has largely been fixed. Largely. The starting shotgun in particular feels beefy as fuck and is really fun to use. And for some reason, I'm now launching broken source textures at people. Which I don't think is a feature, but I'd be fine if it was. The sound design is still slightly rough in the larger scale fights. Game's still pretty loud, but at least it's consistently loud now, so that's something. Enemies are actually a threat now without feeling unreasonable. Running up to a heavily armed alien soldier with my knife gets me properly lit up, and it all contributes to that much more improved pace and feel of the game as a whole. I'm actually having to use the environment as cover now, instead of just running at enemies and eating their bullets. I still don't like this aim down sights thing, since the gameplay is so very clearly not built around it and enemies still largely stay out of cover and swarm you, but it's a feature you can easily play the game without anyway, so meh. And now a reminder that this is still a dev build. Okay, still got a few more kinks to work out, guys, but you're doing a good job. You really are, legitimately are. That was just really fucking funny. Or you could keep this in, you know, you could keep this in. That is entirely an option. We went up 35 floors that fast? God damn. Also, the night vision goggles got a new effect, and I mean, it's cool, but I will always prefer a flashlight. Still, I commend the devs for sticking to the bit. Brilliant job, buddy. He got as far as pole pin, but the moment he got stabbed in his frontal cortex, he forgot the second step, which is arguably the most important one. Now, these improvements that we've been seeing have been nice, but we've yet to see the biggest changes. Directly after meeting Adam and promptly skipping the cutscene, we go off the beaten path a bit. This is a wholly new area, and its inclusion caught me completely off guard. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but this level isn't awful. No, actually, dare I fucking say it, this part of the game is good. Very good, even. At least way better than this game has any right to be. On top of the actually nice visual design of the area itself, we finally have proper ambience that builds a solid atmosphere. This is how you simultaneously make an area feel quiet and not boring. It's here we're also introduced to the ways you can use the parkour system, which has also been improved. The mantling is not limited anymore, at least best I can tell. If you can reach a certain height on almost any surface too high to jump on, you can mantle up onto it by just pressing the jump button again. You don't even have to holster your weapon anymore. You can mantle and climb ledges and pipes with just a single button press, which is way more intuitive. It comes up more often too, and several times during this segment and a later one, there were moments where I was a bit stumped on how to continue, then I'd see a pipe or a certain ledge and go, oh, right, and start climbing. The climbing speed's been increased as well. Mostly. And if you look to your right, you'll see that Mitchell is nothing but a floating pair of arms. Also, the axe is really powerful now. It's slow, but each hit utterly obliterates whatever you're swinging at and sends the physics engine to the goddamn stratosphere. Jeez! Zombie enemies will also rarely get split in half while using it, much like how shooting buzzsaws at them with the gravity gun would. And it is so satisfying to watch a zombie's torso go flying away from its pelvis. Once again, we have some examples of better pacing and scripting that doesn't make the world feel like it's just limply waiting around for Mitch to approach.
Hey, wait!
That was really well done. A proper build-up to introducing the Vortigaunts and establishing them as threats, all without a word of exposition and just through the level design. Now, I get that a lot of what I'm pointing out wouldn't generally stand out or be immediately noteworthy in a better game, but I think this shows just how much good level design is taken for granted. Like sound design, it's one of those things you don't tend to notice if it's doing its job right, and really only sticks out if it's done badly or exceptionally well. I'm sorry, did the trumpets have to fart? I like this change to the Strider's intro, being much more obscured by the smoke and debris. You know what it is, but only by its sounds and silhouette. The redone music kicks make me appreciate the soundtrack of this game way more, I gotta admit. It's nothing amazing, but it's pretty damn solid. And hey, we actually have blood on our dead bodies now. Amazing. Surprisingly, we're not done with the new content, as directly after the Dongly Thing section, we descend further into the city and end up in a destroyed subway station. Once again, I'm actually impressed by all this updated presentation. It feels like the new folks working on this aren't just learning, but are progressively getting good at this, and that's incredibly encouraging. Between the better lighting, the ambience, and the... Oh shit. God damn, that was really good. No joke, that was one hell of a way to introduce the fast zombies. Bravo. This is genuinely really nice to see. Something that was so bad slowly becoming better piece by piece is such a rare thing, but it just feels good, you know? Especially with a dumpster fire as high profile as Hunt Down the Freeman. The devs have no reason to try and make something better out of this since literally nobody was asking for it, but they're doing it anyway. Some may call that wasted effort, but I actually get kind of inspired by stuff like this, not gonna lie. No joke, that actually jump scared me. I have not been jump scared by fast zombies since the first time I played Half-Life 2. The fact that it happened here, in this game of all things, fucking astounds me. You can even see in my movements, I was actually kinda panicking trying to clamber up out of the death pit I'd accidentally trapped myself in. Congratulations, guys. That was impressive. Why is that progressively sounding more evil? Am I descending into Silent Hill? I'm not going to go in depth into everything that's been changed, however, since sadly most of the biggest changes were made to Act 1, which is understandable. I have no clue what happened to you there, buddy. It looked like you just got physics gunned into the wall. I think even you were confused for half a second there. Act 1 was easily the least offensively bad part of the game, so I get why they'd choose to try and fix its problems first, which they seem to have done for the most part. That's not to say the rest of the game hasn't been improved at all. There's been stuff added and tweaked in the later parts. Act 2's environments got prettied up with some new foliage and updated visuals, and I know for a fact that the final level is completely different from both the version I played and the initial version, and Freeman actually makes an appearance in the final part of Ravenholm.
Freeman! You can't run away from me forever!
Now, if you want to check out the most recent version of yourself, do not buy it on Steam. I repeat, do not buy this game on Steam. Instead, check out the Patreon and Discord of the new dev team working on it, Mesa. I'm pretty sure if you message one of them on Discord and ask for the new version of the game, they'll just give it to you. Wish I'd known that before I spent $2 on it. No, I'm not bitter. I mistakenly believed that the original devs were the ones working on this, but it seems to have largely been the work of completely independent developers, with I think one guy from the original team. As far as I can tell, this is purely a labor of some kind of twisted love that has resulted in some honestly pretty impressive work, considering the rotten to the core foundation they've been working with. This game was sent out to die and was abandoned by its lead director almost immediately, which sucks because despite all the obvious problems with it, there's small, very small bits and pieces of it that suggest there was actual talent behind it. Rough and unrefined, sure, but it was there. And it was utterly wasted and probably won't get its chance to completely shine. Which, I mean, just completely fucking sucks. I think it's apparent by now that nothing depresses me more than seeing hints of actual talent and skill being wasted on half-assed executed ideas that didn't get enough time in the oven. Thankfully though, karma does still seem to exist in at least some fashion, as the former director is still saddled with the dummy amount of debt from licensing the Source engine and the Half-Life IP. That's gotta suck. Oh, but now the cynical part of me has to come barreling in through the front door, ruining the party and eating all the chips. Everything Mesa has done so far has been impressive. Very much so. But there's really only so much they can realistically do. I don't think that this game is ever going to become actually good, because while its level design and gameplay problems were pretty fucking egregious, those are problems that can be fixed, as we've seen. But the biggest problem with Hunt Down the Freeman was and will always be its story, specifically Act 2 onward. The moment you reach the Avalon Vale, the story nosedives into oblivion and doesn't recover, and it seems the devs are fully aware of this.
You made a deal with the devil. Here, you have it.
It becomes so poorly paced, poorly thought out, characters lose all individuality and motivation, and all exist solely for the plot's convenience. It's packed with horrendous dialogue that is as painful as it is pretentious, and the story loses its own plot about a third of the way through and becomes a bad MGS fanfic out of nowhere. Mitchell's entire motivation for hunting Freeman is weak at best, to the point that even he stops giving a shit about it, and I can only hope that the voice actor behind him gets some actually good roles in the future, since he and a few others clearly have talent. They were just given shit ways to use it. But in the end, I can't say I didn't get my $2 worth. For all the wrong reasons, I still enjoyed it. And to finally wrap this video up and bring us home, I want to take a look at one final bit of the game. The only really fun parts to come out of the game that weren't unintentional or added in later. The death cutscenes in the final battle. If you die in the final mission somehow, you get one of two secret cutscenes. The first...
What the fuck?
I don't know why the Freeman troop makes an appearance, but they're here. And then the more infamous one that reveals the truth about Mitch's long-lost brother and the true identity of Big Boy Mitch himself.
Adrian?
Yep, Adrian. As in Adrian Shepard, the main character of Half-Life Opposing Force. Mitchell is the brother of Adrian Shepard. You know what this means, right? This essentially means that this whole story, from beginning to end, from its foundations to its finale, was just an edgier version of Full Life Consequences. And I don't know how to feel about that. Hey everybody, thank you very much for watching all the way through, and I sincerely hope you enjoyed yourselves. This one took me a while, again, so I hope the effort was worth it. That being said, I don't want singular annual uploads to become my norm, so I would humbly ask that you take a look at my Patreon or any other method of directly supporting the channel. My goal is to eventually start hiring on folks to help smooth out my production process, because Lord knows I can't do that on my own apparently. Regardless, I do still love doing this, and I plan to do it for as long as I can feasibly get away with it. Aside from that, I'm back to doing streaming again, though usually only once or twice a week, and I announce stream times on my Discord. It's purely a part-time thing and usually only done for fun these days. Also, I'm now on Blue Sky, and I'll be making a habit of posting sneak peeks of future projects there as I work on them. And, of course, if you'd be so kind as to comment and leave a like if you enjoyed this, I would appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much, everyone. And as always, y'all have a lovely evening, and I'll see you next time.